Let's say you're in need of more ADA, maybe Project Catalyst is coming up and you need a little bit of extra voting power, but all you have is Cardano native tokens, such as maybe IAG. You can use the LenFi platform and provide IAG as collateral and borrow some ADA from it so that you can use it for whatever you want. Maybe it's trading in another DeFi protocol or just to have it in your wallet to have more voting power for Project Catalyst itself. So let's go through the process of how to use the IAG tokens as collateral to borrow ADA on LenFi. Visit the website at app.lenfi.io and click on pools. Now filter down the pools down to the token that you are interested in, and in this case it's IAG. Now I want to look for the particular pool here where I'm providing IAG tokens, so the collateral is IAG and what I get out of it, the supply token, is ADA. Right, okay, so now I can click on borrow, but the thing I need to look at here is the actual borrowing APR, and it is really high. It is 14.17%. So this isn't really desirable because it's so high, but I'll go through this so that you know how you can actually borrow the particular assets from it. So click on borrow, and there are a couple of parameters here that I need to look at. So first off, the minimum loan amount is 50. So I do need to borrow at least 50 ADA in this case. Now they do have a minimum collateral requirement here, and it's 335 IAG tokens for the amount of ADA that I want to borrow. I can just click on that number and it'll populate the field here for me. But I can see here the health factor rating is really low. You want this as high as possible, where you're providing more IAG tokens to the platform compared to the value of ADA that you're borrowing. Now, this is to ensure that you don't get liquidated within the process and lose your IAG tokens. So now I'm going to put this around 600 IAG tokens, and that has given me a nice health factor rating of 1.79. So that is a lot better, but I would need to have a look at this over time. And if that gets down to 1.5, then I'll want to put in and modify this particular borrowing position and put in more IAG tokens so that I don't get liquidated and lose my assets. So overall, this does look good to me, but I still can't borrow, and maybe because I've got the minimum loan amount at 50, I just have to change this to 51. There we go, I was right. So now I can click on borrow, check over these details, everything in there looks okay to me, and click on confirm. So that's my transaction there, and I've lost a little bit on pool fees and other things on top. So other things you need to keep in mind when participating on these platforms. So let me just sign that transaction. And there it goes. So now I have successfully borrowed that amount of ADA from the platform by using my IAG tokens. Now, like I said, you do need to manage that position so that you don't get liquidated at any point in time. You can manage your loan positions by going to the dashboard and then clicking on loans. You can see the earlier loan that I did using 600 IAG tokens and borrowing 51 ADA. But now I can repay this loan at any point in time, or I can borrow more. In this case, let me repay this loan. These are the details of my loan repayment. Everything here looks good. I'll click on confirm, and this will give me a transaction that I'll need to sign. I'll get my IAG tokens back, and I'll have to pay back that amount of ADA that I've borrowed a little bit earlier. So everything there looks good. Let me sign that. And the loan has been repaid. So here you can see the transaction is still pending, and in a moment this screen will update and I will have no loan positions on the platform anymore that I need to worry about. Now, if you want to learn more about LenFi and everything it has to offer the DeFi space on Cardano, check out our website learncardano.io, where we have full tutorials about everything around the LenFi ecosystem, various use cases on how to use the platform, and everything else you need to know. And check out our playlist here around LenFi so that you can get the most out of your ADA within the Cardano ecosystem.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.